I know everyone is very excited because we finally have some new news about Diablo 4, A Vessel of Hatred. And after playing retail, I have to say, I have a new appreciation for how Blizzard has managed, or well, I should probably say mismanaged, Diablo 4. Because one of the biggest problems of Diablo 4, which this expansion will in no way fix because the people at Blizzard running this sinking ship don't even know that this is a problem, is the fact that there is no endgame. There is no progression. There is no early game. There's no mid game. There's just the end game. And everything needs to be granted for every player for free. The last time something was not given to players in absolute abundance, and I'm not, by the way, joking. If you have not played Diablo 4, if you have not followed it, first, it was, the pickable, uppable resources. People did not like that they have to go to a different zone to pick up the resource for crafting. So Blizzard just made it so you have an abundancy of them. Then people did not like the fact that, oh, you need to actually salvage, like, yellow gear, and you don't have enough of the Yellowstone things. Well, then Blizzard just made it so you have an abundancy of them. You have an infinite amount of them. Then it was money. Guess what Blizzard did? Yeah, they made it irrelevant. And Blizzard has done this to everything. And this is one of the core issues of Diablo 4. Everything is given to you for free, and whenever it's not, people en masse complain about it until Blizzard just gives you maximum levels for free, this and that and everything. After playing retail, I understood how absolutely tragic the situation with Diablo 4 is, because turns out retail World of Warcraft doesn't actually do that. It's not the hardest gearing, but to get the best stuff, you need to put in effort. The gameplay loop of you having to put in effort to get the good stuff and whatnot is very much there. And you feel rewarded for your time. In Diablo 4, that doesn't happen. So the people making Diablo 4 have this base of knowledge that exists in retail, what it does actually correctly, like the gearing progression, the upgrades, the crafting, the professions, everything. And the people running the show on Diablo 4 completely just ignore it. Diablo 4 is probably the most mismanaged thing in the history of gaming. They have this playbook of how you make it, appeasing to non-retards, and they just completely ignore it. It's amazing. It's astonishing, honestly. And now, Lord of Hatred is gonna come out. And needless to say, Lord of Hatred is not going to solve any fucking issues. In fact, this is just more Diablo 3ification of Diablo 4. Because they're just going to put the elemental things, aka the runes from Diablo 3. By the way, someone commented that they actually removed the runes from skills in Diablo 3. Was that a thing? Did that actually happen? Because it was too hard to balance or do? Which does sound like a Blizzard thing, honestly, being that incompetent. But, I'm not sure if it's real. So now they're just effectively adding runes back in Diablo 4, while Diablo 3 removed them because it was bad. What are they even trying to do at this point? No one knows.
Diablo 4 just gave us our best look yet at Lord of Hatred, and there's a lot to talk about. We've now seen the opening 12 minutes of the game, plus fresh endgame gameplay in Skobos. Also a closer look at the female Warlock, and yes, somehow...
Why does he say female Warlock? Is there a difference?
Fishing in Diablo. Plus, Diablo Immortals...
Every good and bad game has to have fishing. Sadly, Diablo is one of the bad games, but they must have fishing.
Doom crossover event is making Diablo 4's crossover look a little tame. Time Quest 2 has a new update on the way, and we've got some interesting RPG news beyond that. Hey folks, this is Riker, and I dig into ARPG and gaming news so that you can spend more time playing games. Timestamps below to skip ahead to different topics. Before we go on, a word from this video's sponsor. Starting off with Diablo news, if you're still playing Season 12, there's an event that'll be ongoing until April 14th, in which you'll earn more fresh meat from all sources. This is part of the team's ongoing pattern of having rotating boost events a few weeks into a season.
Yes, again, because, the event is already super easy as far as I can tell, because all of them are. And they're just gonna make it easier, because What if brain damaged Timmy with 70 IQ, who doesn't know how to say anything but da 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 da? What is Timmy gonna do? What is Timmy gonna do? Think about Timmy. We need to make it easier for Timmy, guys. Do you want Timmy to suffer? Do you want Timmy to not be able to play double da? Do you want Timmy to live a life without being the butcher? No! Timmy deserves to be the butcher like all of us. Oh, Jesus Christ. Why? Why? It's like no one even asked for this, and yet they did it anyway.
A great idea that helps people finish their season before moving on. Separately, there's a free cosmetic portal you can earn due to a collab between Diablo and Fanta. Just follow the link in the description.
Diablo and Fanta, no! I'm done.
Complete a mini game and connect your Battle.net account, and you can get an Orange Town portal. And if you're having trouble solving the puzzle in the minigame, the correct Horadric Cube combo seems to be Key, Ruby, Flower, Potion.
Wait a minute. You can't be real. We can't be real about this. Let me check if I can find something, because this is gonna be absolutely a fucking amazing if it is. If I can find this thing, it's gonna be amazing. Is this the right one? No, this. Let's see. Wow, puzzle. Can I see this? If you do not know, there's like this there's this puzzle in World of Warcraft that they add where it's like click the wheel that stands out, because this is World of Warcraft's level of puzzle solving. So I wondered how hard is this puzzle? Is everyone who failed this automatically off to the meat grinder because they can't even be put into slave mines because they would be too incompetent for that? I wondered how easy this puzzle was.
Also, I've had folks previously ask me about the female Warlock, why Blizzard has only shown the male Warlock. And in fact, that's not the case. In my gameplay footage, for instance, which you can check out here if you haven't seen it, where I show 4 different Warlock builds, some of those Warlocks were actually female Warlocks. But if you want a
yes, it's just the fact that Blizzard, as always, made it that you can't differentiate the female from the male. Haha.
Closer look, one that's not covered in armor, we got a new YouTube short that shows off some of the female Warlock customization.
Jesus Christ, they literally removed her breasts. What the hell is this?
Off some of the female Warlock customization, as well as the voice actress for the Warlock. Now folks, we currently have the crossover event with Doom going on in Diablo 4, and while I do think it's the best handled crossover Diablo 4 has done so far, giving us a good amount of free cosmetics to farm in a pretty fun way, once again, Diablo Immortal has made me jealous. They just announced their Doom crossover event, which will run from April 16th until May 13th. And this event, on top of having cosmetics to farm, will have Doom-inspired demons to fight, including a full-on cyber demon boss fight. They're also reimagining their Survivor's Bane event into a Slayer's Bane event, with Doomslayer-inspired abilities and weapons like the Shield Saw, Dread Mace, and Super Shotgun. For those who don't know, Survivor's Bane is the Vampire Survivors minigame inside Diablo Immortal. That said, while yes, this does beat Diablo 4's events, I do feel we've been seeing positive progression with Diablo 4's events.
No.
Again, the Doom crossover in D4, while not as good as the Diablo Immortal one, is the best D4 crossover event yet. On top of that, we get our regular rotating mini events, which is a nice addition. And the April Fool's Chicken World Boss from last week, that was an absolute delight. So compare where we are today to where we were 2 years ago, and there's clear and obvious improvement. Beyond that, IGN has been cranking out some exclusive Diablo 4 coverage. First, they gave us the first 12...
IGN, oh my god, is this the certified Diablo 4 IG 10 out of 10? No, 9 out of 10, I'm sorry. 9 out of 10 IGN we are so bag boys moment? Oh no.
12 minutes of Lord of Hatred, I don't think it contains any major spoilers, but if you are the kind of person who wants to go in 100% blind, then you'll likely want to skip the rest of today's Diablo section. So, in the 12-minute video, we kick off right away with Lorath is back. Awesome. And we set off for the Scovos Isles. This marks the first time we get a sequence aboard a ship in Diablo, and we're apparently going to Scovos to track down a weapon made by Lilith, and we'll be seeking the aid of the Amazon Queen, who is said to be an old friend of Lorath's. And we're bringing with us the Sightless Eye, that artifact introduced in the Diablo 4 base campaign, because it was made by the Oracles of Scovos. This is a nice tie-in. For those who don't know, in Diablo 2, the rogues we meet in Act 1, they are the Sisterhood of the Sightless Eye. They were rogue Amazons, thus rogues, who stole the Sightless Eye and they fled Scovos with it. Seeing the Sightless Eye pop up in Diablo 4 was a nice nod to Diablo 2, and it really doesn't make sense to go to Scovos and not address the Sightless Eye somehow. So I'm glad we're actually, not just getting some offhanded comment to lampshade it, we're actually bringing the eye back where it belongs. This ship sequence turns into a combat sequence, and we see new enemy types, crabs, water elementals, and sea snake people like Sahuagins from Dungeons & Dragons. This all culminates in an early boss fight that is a pretty sick display of Mephisto's power, introducing our villain early. IGN then also released 21 minutes of...
What do you mean introducing our villain early? We already know who's the villain.
Endgame gameplay running around Scovos. We see the Rat Kings from Diablo 3 make an appearance, those big hunchbacks that will trigger your, tryptophobia? It's got those holes on his back and the rats jump out. We see lots of tentacles and Lovecraftian creatures of the deep. They're really just pulling on everyone's phobias in this one. We see a boss fight that has a...
I'm sorry, is this supposed to be just a last epoch boss fight?
Really neat sequence in it. It's a sea monster, and once you knock off the first third of its life, it swallows you, and then you have to fight your way out of its stomach. It seems to just be basically a dungeon that looks like intestines, but still, it's cool flavor. We even get to see fishing in this gameplay. We see the player approach some water, bring up his emote wheel, press the fishing button.
Who even knows how to activate your emote wheel?
Then wait for a QuickTime event. There's a little icon that appears above the player's head when it's time to reel in the fish. And it seems you can fail if you don't hit the...
Okay, so do you think they're gonna... Blizzard and all of their absolute genius, do you think they're gonna tie something that everyone needs to fishing? I think they will. I think they're gonna add some kind of item or something along those lines to fishing that everyone is forced to farm out, because guys, we are not fishing. Guys, fishing. You need to do it. We tried really hard. God, I hate these people.
Time to reel in the fish, and it seems you can fail if you don't hit the button on time. And then you literally pull out fish of different rarity, common, magic, legendary. But they're literally fish. Now, it's not clear to me if you can fish anywhere where there is water or only in designated spots. There was no icon on the minimap or really any clear sign that I could see that there was a specific fishing spot. So I don't know if you can just fish anywhere or if it's going to be like an Easter egg to find where the fishing spots are. And then you got to remember where they are.
Oh boy.
But what I'm gathering is that this is really just a mini game.
In before people complain that you cannot fish anywhere that you want, and Blizzard makes fishing everywhere that you want. You know what's happening.
That we don't need to interact with. Collect some fish, basically. And if that's the case, I'm glad. I did not want fishing in Diablo because I was afraid that it would become part of our gameplay loop. But if it's literally just a minigame to catch fish that has no bearing on your character power or anything, right? Maybe it's just like, grow a collection of fish just for completionist sake. I may actually decide to engage.
We literally saw that the stuff that he got from fishing was two different colors, white and blue. Which means there's going to be something that you probably really want from fishing.
Engage with this for fun sometimes. Once I complete my season goals, maybe I'll go relax with some fishing. We do see the world map brought up in this gameplay. We get a full detailed map of Scovos. It does appear to be smaller than Nahantu, but denser. And it seems like there's 22 done.
Oh, well, of course it's gonna be smaller. The game's garbage. People don't want it. People are not buying the new expansion or anything. So Blizzard's gonna put in less effort. Yeah. I'm surprised, honestly. This is not. I'm surprised, honestly, that this is really not some kind of Starfield Terran Armada situation with a 2 hour long campaign.
In the zone. Overall, though, Skavos is just such a distinct region. Everything about it, from the enemies to the color space, the architecture, it's stuff we've seen in other games, sure, but never in Diablo, and everything about it makes it so unmistakably Skavos. The music as well, it all just has such a strong identity. Now, on April 21st, a prequel novel titled
Thing doesn't exist. Riker claims it has a strong identity. Yes. Okay.
The Lost Haradrim will release. It takes place shortly after Diablo 3, and it picks up the story of Lorath talking to Tyrael about the Lost Haradrim on the Skavos Isles. A voice line every Diablo 3 player has heard far too many times. Polygon actually got an excerpt that I was able to share, and in that excerpt we learned that Lorath met the Amazon Queen before she was the queen. We also learned that the Amazon suffered many losses.
He banged her
During Malthael's reaping, and it kind of explains why we don't see the Amazons helping out in Diablo 4. They were so devastated. They lost so many defenders of Skavos and are under continued existential threat from the Drowned that they just could not afford to spare any warriors. Overall, I can't wait to play through the story of Lord of Hatred. Then in some quick Time Quest 2 news, we got a teaser trailer for the upcoming April Summons update.
Anything honest? Titan Quest does actually seem like it's kind of a nice thing that's gonna be, going together.
There's a lot that I like about.
Oh, what is this? Looks cool. I mean, everything, to be honest, looks absolutely cooler than anything that Diablo 4 can provide at this point. Diablo 4 is a massive disappointment. The new expansion is not going to be a return to form. I bet it's going to be a certified IGN return to form, though, but that does mean very little. And any case, that was Riker, 10 out of 10. Bye.